The learners, they feel like it's difficult to solve question which got some fractions there. Actually, guys, it's straightforward for you to deal with fractions. You should only know the rules for fractions there. Yeah. So for you guys to solve this inequality there, obviously you know that you should make that x to be alone as the way as solving for x. Do you see? So what you should do there, you can take this thing to the other side. That is the first step to do. Take that thing to the other side so that it will get collected with the number there. So this will become like this, plus 1. Here it's x over 2 minus. Do you see? Yeah. So this and that there will give you what? Will give you 4x minus 2 there. Yeah. And on this step, guys, you got two ways to do. Yeah. The first step, you can do a cross multiply. And the other step, you can even remove that fraction there. Yeah. So let me show you when you are doing cross multiply. When you do cross multiply, obvious, this will be minus 2, which is this, it's 4. Just put invisible 1 here. Yeah. Then do your cross multiply. This will multiply there, this will multiply there. But now you should remember, guys, if you are multiplying with a negative number here, inequality sign will change. This will multiply there, it will be x. Inequality sign will change direction, become like this there. Yeah. So this multiply there, meaning negative 2 multiplied by 4, it means that you'll get negative 8. Negative 8, do you see? Yeah. So if you are multiplying with a negative number, inequality sign will change. Yeah. Don't forget that. If you multiply or divide with a negative number, inequality sign will change direction there. So this is the first step that you can do. Or you can even apply this step there. If you got one fraction, in the equation, you multiply by its denominator, all terms. It means that if I got one fraction here, if I got one fraction in the equation, I can multiply by its denominator there, minus multiply by this. Do you see? And these two things, they will cancel, and here I will only left to do it with x there. But because, guys, I'm multiplying with a negative number, inequality sign will change direction there, become negative 8. Do you see? Then for you now to draw your number line, straightforward, minus 8. Then you go with that arrow. That arrow, it is pointing on the left hand side there. But because here we got that sign there, it means here will also shade there. So this one is your final answer there. So let me show you now if you got this type of a fraction there. Also this one, guys, it's a straightforward. Don't even think this thing is hard there. Straightforward. Here I can do two approach. The first approach, for me to eliminate a fraction, what I can do, I can multiply by its denominator there. For me to eliminate this fraction, if you got one fraction in the equation, you can multiply by its denominator. Multiply by its denominator. So it simply says that that denominator here will cancel. And here on the right hand side, you're left with this thing there, which is here is this. This thing, guys, please take note that here, this will multiply here. Okay. So it simply says that here I will have 3x minus 9. Do you see? This is the first step that you can do there for you to eliminate a fraction. Or you can even do a cross multiply there. This is this thing, which is 3x. So here you can put invisible 1. This will multiply here, this will multiply there. Symbol says that anything when you multiply with 1, you get the same thing there, like this there. And this will multiply here like x3. Do you see? And this will multiply here, meaning now when this thing then multiply there, it simply says that I will have this there, which is 3x minus 9, which is this and that. It's still one and the same thing there. So now what I can just do now is for me to solve for x, take this thing to the other side and take that one to the other side there, so that there I will collect like term. It simply says here it will be minus 2x minus 3x minus 9 and minus 1 there. So these two things, they are like term there. You can press them on a calculator, which is minus 2 minus 3. Here I'll get minus 5 there, meaning here I'll get minus 5x, and these two things, a number to a number, minus 9 minus 1, I'll get minus 10 there. It's minus 10 there. So what is in front from what I need, I divide by it there. But because, guys, I divide with a negative number, inequality sign will change direction. I will get 2 there. So now I can draw my number line, meaning here it will be 2, and here this will point on the right hand side, just like that. Do you see? And no need for you to shade this thing, because here you don't have equal. Do you see? Yeah. So if, guys, you come across with a fraction, don't panic. It's easy to deal with the fractions only if you know all the rules to apply. You should know that if you got one fraction in the equation, you can multiply by its denominator for all terms. Then you'll get this thing, or there you can do a cross multiply, still you'll get still one and the same thing there. Do you see? Yeah. So now let me try to show you these two questions. Most of the learners, when they see this thing, they feel like this thing is hard. Actually, this thing it's not even hard. It's straightforward. So here, guys, we got two inequality equation. We got this inequality equation. At the same time, we got that one inequality equation. So it means here I will be solving both sides there. What I'm doing on this side, I should also do it on the other side. How to do that? This is how you do it. You take this to the other side, you take that to the other side. Try to make x there to be alone, meaning x here will be left alone. Here I will put 2 plus 1, and here I will have plus 1, which is 2 there. Do you see? And now you can press your calculator there, which is minus 1 plus 1. Here I'll get negative 1 here. It's minus 1 x, and here I'll get 3. And make sure, guys, all the time here it's a minimum number, and here it's a maximum number. Here it must be a small number, and here it must be a big number. Do you see? So now this one is your final answer, by the way. For you to draw a number line, here you got two answers. You got this answer, at the same time you got that one. So it simply says that this will be your number line there. Here, obviously, here it will be your minimum, here it will be your maximum. So it's 3 and minus 1 there. And here it's 0 and that. Do you see? And now you will include those values. So it simply says this thing. For all the values which are between negative 1 and 3, the values which are between negative 1 and 3, they will be included in this inequality equation there. So this is your final answer. Then let me also show you this one there. Also this one is kind of tricky, but don't allow maths to trick you, especially if you know the rules. Yeah. So here we should make that x to be alone, and we got two equations. We got this, at the same time we got that one. So it simply says that I can take this to the other side, this one to the other side there, meaning that this is what will happen, that this will change the sign there, and also on this side it will change the sign. Then you can press your calculator, minus 1 minus 3, it's minus 4, meaning here it's minus 4, and here I still got that, which is this one there, 1 minus 3, it's minus 2 there, meaning here it's minus 2. And what is in front from what I need, I divide by it. I should also divide on this side as well. This cancel, x there, this will be 1, and here it will be 2 there. Do you see? Yeah. And but now, guys, I made a mistake here. Remember, when you divide with a negative number, inequality sign will change direction, meaning will change direction like this. There it's 1 and that one there. And make sure that here, guys, you should have a minimum number, and here you should have a maximum number there. So it simply says again now, your minimum number there it's 1, and maximum number there it's 2, x it's here. And all the time, guys, inequality sign, if you got these two answers, inequality sign all the time, guys, should point on the left hand side there. If you got these two answers like this, it means now I can change those two things there. And now here, this thing there, it will only include 2 there. It means it will be here. This question is kind of tricky. Please take note about this kind of question. They like to come on a test. So this one is your final answer, by the way. Then for you to draw your number line, it will be straightforward. You got 2 answers. Here we got 1, and here we got 2. Must be a minimum, must be a maximum. So here it's 0 and that there. Then I can only include the values which are between 1 and 2. But because, guys, here there is equal, it means this thing will also be included there as well. So this thing, it simply says that for all the values of x which are between 1 and 2, also include 2 as well. They will be included in this inequality equation. So let me try to summarize what I did here, because I'm sure most of the learners, they didn't get what I'm saying here. So here what I did, guys, what is in front from what I need, I divide by it. But because this thing is negative, inequality sign will change direction, will point on the right hand side. Do you see? But now, as your final answer, guys, here you should have a minimum number, and here you should have a maximum number. Do you see? So it simply says that I will take that one, put it here, take that two, put it here. And those arrows, I will change them, because all the time they, if I got 2 equations, those signs, they should point on the left hand side. Let me show you on the next one there.